What is going on, guys? Broken Eyes coming at you today with a brand new deck profile of my Battlewasps Battlewasp Speed Ride deck. So this is a thing I've been testing out for a while, and it's it wouldn't be as competitive as some of the decks I do on this channel, but it's more for fun, more for kind of a local stuff, and the kind of thing you want to do a lot of the time is either end with like a Crystal Wing, or you want to end with one of the level 8s or even 6s. Battlewasp monster, as well as the Link monster, the Speed Ride Rubber Band Shooter, and then you kind of go off from there. It's a good deck. It's fun, very fun to play, like I said, and So let's get into the deck profile without further ado. Not sure what more I could say about it. Hopefully, in the future we get some good insect support that can go into this deck and make it a little bit more viable as well. So first off, we run Battlewasp Aeroblast, the rapid fire. You always want to use this guy. When he's normal summoned, you can target level 3 or lower insect monster in your graveyard and special summon that monster in defense position. So that's how a lot of your synchro plays go off. And then it has a second effect that if it's destroyed, it gets to search any of your Battlewasps from the deck. The next one we have is Twin Bow the Attacker, which is... Sorry, there's like a shine that's annoying me. Anyway. We have Twin Bow the Attacker, like I said. I'm actually going to see if I can move this up a little bit and down, maybe if you turn down a little bit. There you go, and then we can zoom in a little bit. Maybe that'd be better. Maybe too much. There we go. Okay, so we have Twin Bow the Attacker. So during the main phase, you can special this card from your hand, but then you're locked into insects. That's the only problem. But you don't have to have anything else in the field. Just special summon this stuff, which is really nice. The next, we have the last card we have actually of the Battle Wasps is 3 Sting the Poison. So this card is your tuner card in the deck. It's a level 2, and if it's a normal or special, you can add a Battle Wasp. So like normally what you do is you go Poison, and then you search Twin Bow, and then you go into your Azura. And then he has a quick effect. You contribute one other insect monster to target and affect monster your opponent currently controls and negate its effects. So just kind of a what if kind of scenarios. They're just nice to have some of these effects. So that is it for our little Battlewasp engine. Now we go into the speed ride stuff. So we're running 3 speed ride Yo-Yo. So if he's normal summon, he gets a special summon 1 level 3 or lower speed ride from the graveyard. A lot like our rapid fire, the first card we showed. The next we're going to show is a tuner, which is 2 Den Speed Ride Den Daiko Duke. So he has the effect that he can banish him from the graveyard and special summon a tuner monster from the graveyard. The next card we're running, one of the best cards in the whole set, would be Take Tomborg, 3 Take Tomborg. So the way Take Tomborg works is he can special summon himself if there's a wind on the field, and then he can tribute himself, or I think it's another monster, or tribute. He can tribute himself anyway, and special summon a speed ride tuner from the deck. The 1 Terror Top, because it is banned. It's only down to 1. So if this card, if you control no monster, you can special summon him, and if he's normal or special, you can add a speed ride from the deck. So normally what you do is speed ride Terror Top is you'd search the 2 of these with Rubber Band Shooter. Sometimes one of them gets sent to the graveyard and one of them doesn't. So if it doesn't, you're still going to be able to special summon with Rubber Band Shooter and normal summon something else that's searched. And then Speed Ride Terror Top will be another thing. You're just going to search Take Tomborg anyway, and go in for tribute and go for one of your tuners then. The next card we're running is 2 Red Eye Dice. So if it's normal or special, you can target a Speed Rider monster and declare a level from 1 to 6, but not itself. So that's it for the little Speed Ride engine we run. And all of these are searchable with Rubber Band Shooter, which is really good. The only problem I had with the deck is this card is very hard to search. Hopefully we get some sort of search card for it. I know the other card, this card searches it, but it has to be destroyed by an opponent's thing to search it, which is kind of irritating. But yeah, that's the only thing. As soon as they get that card to be searchable, the deck's going to be a lot better. Because it's an instant synchro. He is pretty much himself. The next and last monster we're running is 3 Mecha Phantom Beast Tether Wolf. So if he's normal summoned, you get special with a Mecha Phantom Beast token and go straight into your Link monster, Rubber Band Shooter. In the last, if you want to check it out, Speed Ride deck profile I had this, and I had a Clock Wyvern, and the two of them work really well just to make sure you always have turn 1 Link Monster, which is what you want. And I'll see future testing if I can take something out to add in the Clock Wyvern as well, because Tether Wolf is really, really good. You want to see this in your hand first turn. Luckily, I have had them in my first turn every turn so far. Next, we have Revival Swarm. So what this card does is you can target a Battlewasp monster in your graveyard, special summon it, and you can banish this card from the graveyard. And then target an insect monster you control. It cannot be destroyed by battle or card effect until the end of the turn. So it is a really nice little monster reborn. And then we're running 3 Speed Recovery, which is basically the same thing for Speedroids. You can target a Speedroid monster in the graveyard, special summon it. During the main phase, except turn this card was sent to the graveyard. You can banish the card in the graveyard and target one Speedroid monster in the graveyard and add it back to your hand, which is really nice. Because this deck can just go off, I don't mind removing the board, especially if my opponent's going to have something a lot stronger than me. So I run 3 Dark Hole, which is really nice. You just wipe the whole board and then start off on a brand new Synchro monster if you have the right stuff in your hand. Obviously, it's just make sure you know how to play it. The 1 monster reborn, so we have basically running 7 monster reborns, 1 for 1 for Red-Eyed Dice, Upstart Goblin, just because you want to run a 39 card deck. And then I'm kind of running a more trap heavy based deck, because I feel like the Battlewasps aren't quick enough, so I want a bit more of defense. So I'm running 3 Solemn Judgment. Basically in the new list or whatever, it's gone up to 3, which is really cool. So if a monster will be summoned or a spell or trap card is activated, pay half your life points and negate, which is really nice. And then the last card I'm running is 2 Battlewasp Nest. Like I said, I had trouble searching out with the poison. It's a really good tuner. Yeah, it's a really good tuner. The only problem is, like I said, searching it. So Battlewasp Nest works as if you have another Battlewasp, just any Battlewasp on the field, and your opponent goes to attack it, you can activate Battlewasp Nest and then special summon Sting straight from the deck. And then depending on if your opponent has another attack, you can search out either one of the others, because if you know next turn you're going to go for Aeroblast, normal summon, and then special summon them, you can do that. Or if you know that this card's going to survive, you can go for Twinbow, which is kind of nice. And then you can do this up to twice, because this card get counters, and to give 2 counters you have to get rid of the card. So that's basically what that card does. Next, on to the extra deck. So we have one of the boss monster, which is Ballista, the Armageddon, which is a boss card. It's just kind of hard to summon. You're going to need Azura to summon it on one of the level 8s. Doesn't make sense. You need Azura and you need a level 7, is it? Azura is 5. Yeah. So you need another level 7. So you don't have a level 7, but it's you need, I suppose, one of the level 2s. I'm not sure exactly how to summon this card. I've done it once or twice, and I think I used a Clear Wing, and I used what else did I use? Did I use Twinbow, and then I used Sting the Poison, I think that was how I did it, but it's not a card you go into often anyway. It feels really good when you do, but basically what this card does is if the card is special summoned, you can banish all insect monsters from your graveyard, and all monsters your opponent currently controls lose 500 attack for each monster banished. And then if it's destroyed, you get to target 3 of your banished 3 of destroy. You can special summon 3 of your banished level 11 insect monsters. That's it. So you banish all your synchro monsters, you summon them, and then when this card is destroyed, you get to special summon all 3, which is kind of nice. But like I said, you don't go into it very often. The next one is Harmatan the Conquering Bow, or Hama the Conquering Bow. This one is your level 8. I'm going to actually zoom in a little for these guys. So this one's your level 8, and this one is the Battlewasp work off, like I guess, battles. So the way this one works is if this card is synchro summoned using a synchro monster as a material, it can make it a second attack. So a lot of time you actually are going to have the synchro monster. Every time I've made it, I've had the synchro monster, because the way the deck works is like Crystal Wing. So I'd obviously go into Crystal Wing first, but it is the option to go into like Clear Wing and then Red-Eyed Dice straight into this, which is kind of nice. And then when this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you can make all monsters your opponent currently control lose 1,000 attack and defense, which is pretty good. And at the end of the battle phase, if your opponent has not taken any battle damage, you can inflict 300 damage to your opponent for each Battlewasp monster graveyard. And the first time I used that effect, I actually inflicted 1,800 damage, which is really nice for nothing. The next card is definitely a very good one. I like him. Is Halberd the Charge, and he's a level 6, 2500 attack, which is probably one of the strongest level 6s so far. And then once per battle during damage calculation, if the card attacks an opponent's monster with an attack higher, quick effect, you can half the attack of that opponent's monsters. And then during the damage calculation, only when this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you can inflict 200 damage to your opponent for each Battlewasp monster you control. So like they have kind of a burn kind of effect, which is kind of nice. Then I'm running one Azura, the Ghost Bow. I only went into one really. I know it's to be used with Twin Bow and the other guy, but there's also I don't know if you're gonna. That's the only time I've ever used it really. I could bump it into another one. I'm not sure, but I'll show you what other options I used anyway. So when your opponent takes effect damage from another Battlewasp monster, you inflict damage to your opponent equal to the monster's original attack. And he's counts as synchro monsters. And when this card is in the graveyard, you can special summon this card in defense mission. Let me see. If when a monster is trip a battle with your Battlewasp monster, so you can special summon him back, which is kind of nice. So that's it for the Battlewasps. Yeah, so I'm still testing out the deck. It's kind of fun. It's kind of hard to get all the effects right though. But the speed rides I like. I've tried the speed rides a lot. You can check the other deck profile out if you guys want. But this one is this high speed ride Kite Drake, which is a super strong card. It's a level 8. It requires one wind machine tuner and one non-tuner monster. If this card is synchro summoned, you can activate one of the effects, destroy all other cards in the fields, or negate all other cards up on the field. You can, if it's destroyed, you can add a speed ride monster from your deck to your hand. Then we have the one Crystal Wing for negations. We have the one Clear Wing Fast Dragon because it keeps going into the top of the extra deck, or top of the extra deck, yeah, and you can use it. The one Clear Wing Synchro Dragon, just to stop if your opponent does have level 5s or whatever. The one Cyber's Quantum Dragon, who is by far one of the best level 7s synchro monsters out there, just because it can attack crazy and get rid of some of your problematic opponent's cards. The one Kendama, a lot of the time I'll just send this with Rubber Band Shooter, but it's fine. If you do summon him and there's no cards on the field, you can special summon him. Just say if you do Dark Hole, you can actually summon him back for a 2200 attack straight to the face, which is really nice. Then we have Chambara. Sometimes I'll send this as well if I need to search out. What would I need to search out? 3, is it a 4? A 4 and a 1, yeah. So you can summon Red Eye Dice or whatever and that other thing. So that's it for the synchros. The next card we have is the one Borload Dragon. Like you can swap it for Boral Savage or Borload Sword Dragon. Then we have the two Rubber Band Shooters, which I'll go into the effect now in a second. So yeah, Rubber Band Shooter basically what it does is you can additionally normal summon a wind monster if you want, but you can also target or banish a synchro monster from the extra deck. It just says level 7, and then you can take like a level 3 and a level 4 speed ride monster from your deck, shuffle the two of them up, send one to the graveyard and add the other to your hand, which is really nice. And then like I said, you can get the normal summon them, and then the one Nightmare Phoenix just for kind of destroy some spells and traps if they are a problem. And that's it for the deck profile, guys. Please let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Like I said, it's your help with the deck would be nice. I know a lot of people run Wind Witches, but I wanted to kind of like, not so much a budget build, but just kind of a funner, even fun build. Like I do like them, they're really cool. Hopefully, like I said, they get insect support in the future, so you can just like a pure insect deck. But anyway, yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and good luck.